Hello guys, welcome to this beginner project series where I'll be showing you how to make 10 basic programs in Python. And in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a basic calculator. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. So I'm going to do a calculator that can simply add numbers together, subtract them, multiply them, and division and the rest, and still ask you if you wish to continue. So first of all, I'm going to welcome you to the calculator, and I need a print command to do that for me. So when I say print, welcome to this program, or you can say welcome to this calculator, whatever word you want to use here is fine. So after I welcome the person to this program, then I'm going to define my main function that is going to contain all the other functions that I'm going to use in this tutorial. So I'm going to say def main, and I'm going to start coding. So first of all, welcome to this program, or welcome to this calculator. I think I should just tell them calculator so that to be specific. Welcome to this calculator, and then once I'm specific, it will be easier for me to tell them or to impute, let's say first number as my variable. Let me make it num to make this a little bit shorter for me. And then impute. I'm going to use, but I think I should use integer impute because that's the impute we are going to use to perform operation on. So I can say, oh, first number impute, please make it please enter your enter first number, please enter first number. You can use any word. And then I think I'm going to repeat this to second num and same impute, and then please enter second number. So after I've asked them to ask first and second number, I think I should ask them to choose their operators too as well. So I'm going to have another variable called operators, and then it's going to be equal to a multiple input number. I believe this. Okay, I still need one more. So I think I have 3 here. So this is another variable, but I want to exit the line when writing the variable. So that is why I made it 3. Just like some of the programs. So let's say no, I can say please. I say please choose an operator from A to D. So choose an operator from A to D. So I think I should put that. Choose an operator from A to D. I think it's okay. Then I'll come down here and tell them that A is equals to A is addition, and then B is subtraction, and then C is subtraction, C is multiplication. I think I need that's multiplication, and D is division. So I've asked them to choose an operator. So if they choose an operator, then we'll perform the operation on the numbers they have selected. So before we continue, I think we should try this out to see if it's going to really work. I like trying my code while working so that I'll make sure everything is perfectly working so that you easily fix the bug while it is still early. So change this to Python and test this code out. Oh, what did you say? Print welcome to this calculator. Where's the error? Name print is not different. I think we use capital letter print. So let me check why it's telling us that this print is not different. Print. So I told you Python is case sensitive, so be mindful my P was in capital letter. So let's see this. So he said, welcome to this calculator. Please enter first number, and then please enter first number. I said 2. Say please enter second number. I said 3, and then he said, oh shit, this didn't work because I didn't do it well. So what I'm supposed to do is I need to make this an impute, and open bracket. So I have to close this bracket here. I believe you all are following. So it's good I tested it out so that it will be easier for me to like fix it now. So enter my first number 2, second number 3, then please choose an operator from A to D, and I can say A, B, C, or so on and so forth. So I believe the ones we have done now is working. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function for each of the operators that the person is going to choose. So I'm going to create this first function, def add, which we know that this function is going to add numbers for us. I'm going to make it to contain the parameter x and y, so it will be kind of easy for me to like work with it. I can say add, or let's say add value is equals to x plus y. Then add value is equals to s plus y, right? Then I'm going to return this as a return. So wherever I'm going to use it, I'm going to like call it there. Is it? I think I'm right. So let's use return, and then there's another one, the sub, which is for subtraction. I think I can even copy all these things to like make my journey a little bit faster because they are going to be very similar. But I think I should try one first out. Let's see if it's going to really work. If it works, fine, we'll continue. Then return. And then what else do I have to do? I have to call the function. Let's call the function here. Add. And then I'm going to say first number, comma, second number. So that's the argument is going to contain. Once you contain this argument, perform this operation on it, and then it's going to print this. It's going to print a value. I think it should print. And I have to like, let's say print add value and save. So let's see. The essence of this tutorial is to like make you try out all those things we have learned in our tutorial series. That's the essence of all these projects. So now let's run the code and see. Enter first number 2. But it won't still add for us, it won't call the operation for me. So I think I have to do something. Down. But let's say now if operator is equal to, I'm doing it for only the addition for now, is once the addition is working, it will be easier for me to replicate the code for subtraction, multiplication, and the rest. So once the operator is equal to a, which is a string, and I think I have to make it lowercase so that any of the keys the user will enter, my program will convert it to lowercase. So I'm going to use this function, this built-in function in python.lower. And what this does is it converts whatever input the person is going to input here to like lowercase. So if I'm using small letter a, I won't care about capital. If the person enters small letter a, capital letter A, it will convert it to small letter a for me. If it enters small letter a, still fine. So now if the operator is equals to this a, what is it going to do? It's going to call the add function. It's going to call this function here. Control X. Let me like bring it closer a little bit. And I hope you remember we have called our main function earlier. This is our main, which contains all of our function code. So without calling this, none of the program will like show, none of the program inside the main will have show like where they will ask you to enter first number, all those things. It will not come out. So we have to call each and every function we are using. So now I'm going to like try my code. Let me just split this. So let me try my code out again. Welcome to the Python. Welcome to this calculator. Enter first number 2, and then enter second number 3, and then please choose an operator. I say A. I think side time I increase my face. Choose an operator. Yes, it works. So once I choose A, you see that it add the number. It added the numbers for me. So 2 and 3, and it added to 5 for me. So that's continue, it's working. But I want to like format it in such a way that it's going to be a little bit cleaner when it returns the output. So how am I going to do it? Print. Yes, let me use format string. Print. I have used this in my tutorial, but what this does, it formats the string so that I will not have to be using a plus and comma to like concatenate my variables and values. So I advise before you taking this tutorial that you go and watch the video, go and try the tutorial so that it will be easy for you to like get some things here. So now I'm going to say um x x not outside but inside x plus y, and then equal to add value. So s plus y is equal to add value. I believe you know what this will do. This is our s, which is the first input, this is the second input, and then this is the addition where both of them has been added. So it's going to like print them in a kind of a little pretty form this time. So when I say enter first number 2, enter second number 2 again, choose an operator a, then you see it said 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, which I believe this is working perfectly fine. So I am going to like copy some of this function to make this tutorial a little bit faster, and then I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to change this to subtraction, which is sub, and the parameters are still the same. I'm going to change this to sub, and I'm going to change this to sub, and I'm going to change this to minus, and then this to minus. I believe that is okay. Then I'm going to paste the function again. Then I'm going to change this to mod or something, and then I'm going to change this to mod, which is for multiplication. I'm going to change this to asterisk, and I'm going to change this to asterisk. This to mod. So I think this remaining one, which is division. So div. So I'm going to change this to like slash, and I'm going to change this to div. I'm going to change this to slash, and this to div again. So I believe we have created our 4 functions. This is add, this is subtraction, this is multiplication, this is division. So the 4 functions have been created. So what we are going to do is now call each of the function and to perform an operation on a particular operator for us. So let's see, we have called the first one, which is addition here. I'm going to copy this code again as well. So let me copy everything, like make the work a little bit faster for us. And then elif, now paste it, operator equal to b, then I'm going to call sub not, and I believe you all know that I'm calling each of the function here for the beginner in the class. What I'm doing here is this operator, if this is equal to this, it will call the sub operator, which the subtraction operator, which I've already created here. Look at the name here, and you know that before every operator, where every function can be can execute, it has to be called, and it executes where it is called. So where I'm calling this, that's where it's going to be executed, and it's going to accept this first number and second number as argument, and then work on it and give us the output. So let's continue. Elif again, if it's equal to c, then we're going to change it to mul, which is the multiplication function, and then elif again, and then if it's equals to d, then we are going to change this to a div, and I believe the last one now is else. So else, if the person did not choose a particular operator, so if the person did not choose any operator, we'll say we'll print please choose a valid operator. So we'll just print please choose a valid operator. Then now let's save our work, let's save our code and see what we are going to have. So I have to like adjust this a little bit. Let's see. Let me run the program. What is this? Okay. So it's asking us please enter your first number. I will say 2, enter second number to then choose an operator. I will say like C, and then you see to multiply the two numbers for me. We'll say 2 times 2 equals to 4. So that is how this function works. And then let me clear my screen again, CLS, and try another function. So if I like and test if else. So if I run the program again and it asks me to choose a number, I say 2, choose another number, I choose 3, and then it asks me to choose an operator and I did not choose a valid operator, I choose random number, I typed in the random number, then it's going to say please choose a valid operator, and then it will close. So this is what our calculator can do. So one more thing we can add to our calculator is, should in case we still want to perform a calculation, we can still make the calculator to like still perform the calculation for us. So let's say I'm going to use a while loop here so that once we are done and the user still want to continue, the user can continue. So I can say while true, the T has to be capital letter, while true, print, do you wish to continue? Do you wish to continue? And if the person type yes or no, yes, I have to like specify for him to like make it easy for him to decide how to know what is to say. Do you wish to continue? Yes or no? If the person type yes, then it should continue. So if I have to set this to an input, so let's say continue, but you know continue is already used. It's one of the keyword that Python is using, so I'm going to use cont, and then I'm going to say input. Then if our cont is equals to yes, I have to make it lower should in case the person will enter an uppercase. So I'm going to use the dot lower function on it. I'm going to use dot lower here. So if cont is equal to yes, then I'm going to call the entire main function. That's the essence of putting our things or grouping our things in functions. So when I call this main here, it will repeat the whole functions there. And then else or print and break out of the loop. So I can say break here now. So let's see how this is going to be now. Let's see how this loop is going to work. So now, welcome to this calculator. Please enter first number. I'll say 2. Please enter second number 2, and then choose an operator. I will choose addition. We already see that all the operators is working, and then you ask me to close 2 is equals to 4, and then I think the program still continues, and they say, do you wish to continue, yes or no? So if I say yes, I wish to continue here. If I say yes, I wish to continue, then it will say please enter and please enter your first number. I will say 2, enter second number 3, choose an operator. I can say multiplication this time, which is C, and then 2 multiplied by 3 is equals to 6. Do you still wish to continue? If I say no, then this program will end. It will print end for me. That is, the program has ended. So that is all. I believe you learned a lot from this particular project that we just done. Let me just do a simple recap to tell you how everything works. So now, first of all, it will print a welcome to this calculator. Then we defined a main function to contain all this. I believe most of you that is watching this tutorial have a basic knowledge on Python. So if you don't have a basic knowledge on Python, after this video, please go watch my tutorial series on how to like learn the basic beginner tutorial on Python in order to help you understand things like function and how to use if and other things. So then once this function is called, which we called down here, this is where we called the function down here, then all this operation inside the function will be executed. It's going to say, if you can check the line, this Python execute these things line by line. So you see the first line is going to go from here to wherever the function is being called, which is down there. Then it's going to say please enter your first number, enter your second number, then choose an operator. Then it will, and you see this kind of code. I told you, just like the way we used to do comments. If you want to comment a lot of line, you can use this. So I borrowed the idea and I use this and it works. So you can also try it on your own computer. So once it prints this out, it's going to make it easy for the user to know what to choose. Once the user selects A, he knows what A is going to do. And I use this .lower function to convert whatsoever input the user is going to enter to like a lowercase. And then I define the first function, which we are going to call on the first input and the first number and second number, which is add. add will help us to like add them together here. And then print, this is a way where we structure our printing to be beautiful using the format in Python. And this, what this format does is simply just like we're printing values, but any of the value inside this these curly braces, they are variables. So if I have a variable in my program, I'm going to put it inside this curly braces so that I will not be using this plus. This plus here is not concatenating this, but this plus is just telling you that we are going to add this s to this y, and it's going to be equal to this add value. So we'll make sure we put every variable we use in this program in this curly braces, and then the return function return this wherever the function is called is going to return the value of, is going to return everything inside this function. So let's go again and see. And then same thing we did for subtraction, same we did for multiplication, same we did for division. That's why I had to like copy it and paste it so that we will not waste much time in this tutorial. Then I also put a condition statement. If this operator is equals to a, if the user chooses a, which is addition, then call the add function. But you remember we passed two parameters in the add function, which is the x and y. But in this case, it's going to replace this x and y with first number and second number, which is the argument. And in this argument contains an integer which the user has already passed from the first input. We ask the user to input first number and input second number. And then if the operator he chooses B, is going to do subtraction. If he chooses C, elif is used just like we can see continue using if, but to make this code professional, we use elif. So after using if for the first time, the next one is elif, and then you can use elif as many times as you wish to use, like makes the code easy to be read by other programmers too as well. And then after that, we have our else, which is after all this operator has been tested. Then if the user did not choose the valid operator, then we can print to the user, please choose a valid operator down here. And then this, I've told you what this is doing. The line goes up to the first function we created. And then while all what we have above is true, then we have another variable called continue. And what continue does is accept input from the user after asking the user a question: do you wish to continue, yes or no? And this dot lower function, I told you what to do. It converts whatever input the user entered to lower. So if the user said yes in capital letter, it will convert it to lower. If he said no in capital letter, it will convert it to lower. And then if the count is equals to yes, then it's going to call the same main function that we called here, and it's going to repeat the entire code again. And then and it will do this concurrently. So far the user will, once the user input is going to be yes, or once the user answer is yes, it will keep looping over the program till the user enters the different option that is not yes, which is either no or any of the thing that the user enters. In that case, then it will print end and it will break the loop, and that's the end of the program. So I believe you can pick this program and try to like add more complicated stuff to it, try to like play around with it, try to like build other programs with this. And I believe you learned a lot from this tutorial. Please, if you have any questions, drop it in the comment box, and feel free to share, subscribe, and like. Thank you.